Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, CTS-V is in the background. We're still working on that project from, it's been about a month now. I haven't been following, pulled the motor out, had two flaked #1 compression rings. We ended up doing a, freshen up. I wouldn't call it a rebuild, even though everything was new except for pistons. The pistons look great. And these cars have pretty good pistons in many ways. Rods is usually what gives you problems. Anyways, today's project is, got a package, came yesterday. And it's a Mighty Mouse catch can, the wild system. So we're gonna be kind of like, I don't know, I'll probably do a little bit of videoing on that. Today's goal is to get this thing installed. I ended up putting on my cheaper intake today. Let me grab you here and I'll show you. Got the Corsa intake because my new air intake would not close the hood, because I guess I got a supercharger facial plates, probably is what's doing it, and the LS7 throttle body. All that combined, I don't know, we tinkered with it, couldn't get to work. I need to break the motor in, so we're gonna install the old one on. No big deal, it's tuned for this size pipe anyways, so it'll probably be a little bit better anyways. That, along with, we need to finish, no, that's locked. Anyways, we got the wire to run, yellow wire to run up to the activation switch to get the fuel pump, the fuel tank mounted. Everything's wired up there, tested it, everything kicks on like they're supposed to, the relays. So we just gotta run that wire up underneath the carpet and all that stuff and over to my activation switch, which is not really a big deal. Rained like crazy yesterday, so I really didn't do a whole lot because of that, but it was cold too. It was one of those cold, just the first cold rain of the season, and I wasn't real happy with that. Anyways, we're gonna do an unboxing with this thing, see what you get with the kit. And yeah, we'll throw it on, kind of give you a step-by-step, well, not step-by-step, but kind of a summary of how it all looks and works. That's about it. So here it is, how it came. I ordered this from Mont Performance out of Panama City, Florida, and the guys are great. They just went through a hurricane situation and all that, and the phones were down. But he still, I sent him an email and he still shipped this thing out. So it was awesome. Great guy. Sent him an email, told him I wanted. He said, send me a card. Of course, I bought stuff from him before, so. Not sponsored by them, by no means, but very happy with their service. Here it is, you see I'm opening it up for the first time, see what we got. These things are kind of pricey. So, but, got a sticker, that's for sure. What we're gonna do with that. Toolbox art, right? So, full instructions. Yep, color instructions too, so that's good, right? PCV location, yeah, this is the installation. You can download the same instructions offline, which I've looked over in multiple times. Make sure this is what I wanted. So we got two AN10 90s, comes in the kit. Let's see what this says. So air filter. Yep, so air filter, and this is what makes this thing different than the other ones, is you get the breather here, which is a normal breather. I don't know if I got a little one, I don't know where mine's at. I tried to mimic this thing, is what I tried to do, and it just kind of hard to do. It does have the Mighty Mouse symbol on top, which is pretty neat. Inside here, I don't know if I can see if we can get this thing to focus in on it, but you see this disc in here? So that is this part right here is a disc. I can get it to work right for you. And see it moves. And so that's what seals against the can. So under vacuum it pulls that disc down, and so this is not open. So air is not coming out of here. And then as soon as that gets pressure, it can push the disc up, which lets it vent. And that was one of the ideas I liked about it. It's a soft rubber. I mean, realistically, it's probably a rubber piece. It's actually a lot softer than I thought it would be. It's probably something he shows in there. that's fine. That's his design. It's awesome. That's the main reason why I bought it, because that one design guarantees that you're not going to have any crankcase pressure. So here's your bag of mounting. So you got the clamp that goes around it. Stainless steel looks like. Lock nut. It's really nice right there. And the bracket. This is the supercharger bracket. So my understanding is it bolts behind the 2 bolts in the back side of your supercharger on the driver's side. Then this clamp's gonna go like that around it, and you tighten up the can. So probably goes like that since it's bent like that. It's gonna go like that. That way the bracket don't, yeah, that's how it's gonna go. Pretty sure. So there's that. And a lot of this stuff you can buy independently off his website, which is awesome if you want to make your own design stuff. 2 caps for your valve covers, so that's good. Here's your oil fill adapter. So it screws on where your oil cap goes. AN10 is what I got. It says it's good for 1,000 horsepower. It's perfect. Save the can for last. So we got a clamp here for the bell house, I imagine. This is your drain hose. Quick drain, so you can have this thing, it's gonna be up in the car like this. This will be below the car, and you're just gonna drain that out. So that's nice. That's one thing I liked about the system too. This is the hose that's gonna go to the PCV part of it. So it's gonna go to the vacuum side of the supercharger. Got pretty good feet of this. See if I can grab, well, way more than you need, I can tell you that. That's probably like 3 foot, 4 foot, 4 foot easily. I don't know if I got a tape measure or not. No, you never have a tape measure when you need one. And then it's gonna come with this right here. This is your AN10 line that's gonna be going from the, so yeah, from the can to your oil fill adapter. That's really nice too. So that is everything in the box. And except for this, which is the unit itself. So here's the Mighty Mouse catch can. It's really nice. I mean, it's got a sight glass, which you probably won't be able to see. Might be able to see, not for sure. But so this is so that's a PCV valve part of it. So it can't get no pressure that way. So that's going to that's gonna be going to your vacuum side of your supercharger. And this is coming from your oil adapter. You know, for your fill. Let's go to this thing right here. So air comes in that way, and it can go either way. So let's see if we can get this thing apart a little bit, and I'll kind of show you what's going on. All right, so we're back at it. Got everything loosened up. So this is what I couldn't see when I was looking to buy this thing, was what like an actual tear down of this thing. So top off. So there's the inside of that. It's O-ringed. Got little holes up top there. There's inside. This is going to the PCV system. There's that. I'm guessing that's from the bottom, so we'll go ahead and pull this thing off. O-ring there. There's your nice drain. Got some material in here. Stainless steel material, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one threads. I'm pretty sure I gotta take this thing off. Let's see. Grab my wrench. So there's your PCV valve. Pretty nice, I mean, it really is. So now this thing can come out. I think it's hitting this thing still. There's your AM10, which does have the full flow, as you can see there. The camera's been acting up on me lately. I don't know why, but yep. That was my main issue with the other brands, was they didn't use a full flow like this, and so it had the AM10, but had no flow. Now this thing comes out. This is your baffle. So how this thing works is you got okay. So how it works is this is going in here. There's a hole. It goes all the way to the middle. So your oil vapor's coming in. So this is all sealed right here. Your oil vapor's coming in, going around this area. This is smaller than this side. So the oil vapor's gotta go around this, which gives you a drip edge. It goes down into here. And then it's gotta go through this material, which collects, you know, it's pretty packed tight. So it goes through there. And then it comes back up the center, which is another drip area right here, a little fine mesh. That comes up into your little screen here, which is another area where it can collect, you know, start dripping, and then it goes back into your intake here. So that's how it all works. Really nice system, really. A lot of thought went into it, I'd say. And then so this is on top of here. You know, this is your lid I took off. That's on top of there. So your rubber cap that was inside your lid, that I showed you that was inside this box, it seals against here. You know, so it's closed, it's letting air get sucked through here. If it ever pressurizes enough inside the can itself, it can vent atmospherical. So that is exactly how that thing works. You see it's all hollow now? So, and this is thick. This is like a piece of billet. I mean, it's, or it's thick. It's not no pipe or cheap stuff. It's nice. Yeah, everything looks really high quality. So that is the inside of it. Let me put it back together and we'll install it in the car. All right, so I'm gonna try to film as much as I can of this. The little plugs came with it. We're going to install them real quick. And they go right next to that fill tube. So they're gonna go right here. Cap your valve covers, because this system does use the fill. So I'll get you in that one right there. Yep. See right here? So that one goes there. And this one's gonna go back here. See right there. Bam. So those are capped off. And that was one reason why I like this system, was it kind of cleans it up. I had a bunch of hoses before with my old catch can that didn't work real good. And this one's gonna go back to just one hose going to the back. The hose is gonna go up here to the front. Should be pretty simple. All right, so we're back here at the table. We're gonna do some sub-assembly. So let's clean some of this stuff up. I got the hose pushed on. It just pushes on, it's really tight. I actually used some W40 to push it on. Was concerned there's no clamp there, but there's really no pressure there either. Should be fine. Pitches here are showing the can, like, tilts you up a little bit. Oh, I might have you zoomed in, that's why. Okay. Pictures are showing the bracket here. You can see it's bowed. It's showing it mounts back of the supercharger on this side with the bow to the can. So and looks like the screw goes this way, so it's gonna go on this way. No, I was wrong there. Alright, we slide this up, and you want the bracket to go above your sight glass. Oh. Alright. So it should look like something like this. Bracket's flat against the bottle. This is pointing this way, that's the way they got it. So that's gonna be my starting point for sure. And I imagine I'll have to tweak it around and move it a little bit There we go. Oh, that was tightening up weird. All right, so above, yeah, in between here, this pointing towards your AN10 is how I got it set up. Bracket there, and we're just gonna make sure this thing fits. Shouldn't be too bad at all, really. Go to the car and get these supercharger bolts out. Okay, so here's the instructions. This in the picture is wiring harness, clip, retainer, whatever, for a connector. These two bolts here on driver's side of all that. So I just got them out. There they are, 10 millimeter, and they go, that connector right there. So this connector bracket is now loose, and that's where your bracket's gonna bolt there. All right, so we had a little bit challenging pre-assembling that on the table. Not the best option if you have, I'm guessing these faster proms supercharger spacers, because getting it through this hole, grab my light, getting it through the hole over here is damn near impossible, especially not tearing all the hail. So I got it mounted up in there, bolted up. Don't know if you can see much or not, but that's how it goes. There's the PCV valves, part of it, and other parts to the back. And one thing you want to check is wiper clearance. It says on the thing, if you put it in the wrong location, you'll have interference with the wipers. And it's close. I haven't checked it, but it's close, but it's good. And my biggest concern, I have it in the right place they want me to, it's just the biggest concern is, that's close, but it ain't touching, is those supercharger plates. The spacers that raise it up. So far those plates have, not a big fan of them. Show shut these wipers off. Not a big fan of the supercharger spacer plates from Faster Problems, just because it seems like everything is designed for a car that don't have that extra rise in the supercharger. So like that bolts to the supercharger, that'd be probably 3/4 of an inch lower. Wouldn't even be anywhere near that wiper arm, but I mean, it works. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you do have the supercharger spacers. It's gonna be a little bit closer, but yeah, we'll get the rest of this hooked up, get these hoses cut. I did find a tape measure. Let me do a measurement for you. Get you set up. Yeah, so did find a tape measure. That way we know exactly how much hose comes with this thing, because that's something else you, at least I couldn't find online. So that is AN10, you're getting 37 inches. So he probably cuts that 3 feet, a little bit extra on the big hose. And then here's your smaller hose here. It goes to your supercharger inlet. Stretch this tape measure out a little bit more because you get a little bit more at this. And with this one, you're gonna get more than that. So you're gonna get about 61, so a little over 5 feet. So it's pretty good. Plenty of hose, in my opinion. We'll see how it fits. See how it all fits in the car, but looks pretty good. So far, that's all I gotta do is put the hose on here and those fittings, and we're gonna be done with this project, so. All right, so got it all installed, went pretty good. Routing those hoses is a pain in the butt, but got up in the air here. So, rear of the car, transmission, all that stuff, and I mounted it right here. I ended up taking a clamp, moving it to the actual fitting so it's tight, and that is have it zip tied to the line, and just nice, keeps it away from the header, from all the heat, the oil change, pop that thing loose, and drain your catch can. So, pretty good. Yeah, that's about it. Just I'll just put the car down and let you guys see how it turned out and how it mounted out. Pretty good. All right, so got the car back on the ground. Turned out great, I think. So only issue I see, not really an issue, but every install is a little different. So there's your, coming out of your valve, your fuel cap goes over there. I got the secondary tank over here, or 2-gallon intercooler tank. And so back here in this corner, there's a lot of pipes, a lot of hoses and fittings. I got the flex fuel sensor over here, so just running all those lines is a pain in the butt. So that's why I kicked it out that way. The other line comes off of supercharger down there. Let's see if I put a light on it. So down there, it comes off that, goes that way. So it goes right here. Right here's the hose. I got routed to the supercharger blower. So, and then they gave you enough line where I need a fitting for down in there. You can see that line's kinked. They're not kinked, but it's bent at 90. And just brought the air in off of that. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna put some little fancy pieces back together, work on my nitrous activation switch. But for this video, that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up. As always, subscribe. Check out my other videos. I'll see you in the next video.